Let me tell you something about the glory days of. Well, I'm not going to use the word glory days because it was less common back then. When I was a kid, we were really getting introduced to desktop computers. Um, Still wasn't mainstream. Of course, computers were there; they were a thing. Nobody had them in their homes, though. This is early '90s. Nobody had them in their homes. And what we knew about computers was, at my elementary school, we would go there. They were teaching us how to type, teaching us how to, you know, space, capitalize, hit the return button, proper sentence structure, so on and so forth. And for the most part, our days were spent just making up stories. We were kids making up stories. If you were lucky, every once in a while, and this is in classroom, if you were lucky and there was some downtime and good behavior, good work, something that the teacher appreciated that you did, whatnot, she let you go sit on the computer while everybody else kept working. If you were lucky, you'd be able to play, like, what did we have back then? We had Minesweep, and of the ones I can remember, I'm getting old, but we had Minesweep, and we had uh, Oregon Trail. Oregon Trail we like to play because Oregon Trail you just like to shoot the cattle. I don't know what the fuck you want me to say. We would shoot the fucking cattle. It was entertaining at the time. So I don't remember whose house this was. 93, 94, 95, like 94 or whatnot. Well, I had a friend who, ended up moving a little later on, but they actually had a computer in their house, which was astounding because nobody had them at the time. Didn't really mean anything, especially if you didn't have Oregon Trail. But no bullshit. The home dude had, I guess, what you would consider the gaming setup at the time. I think this was like 94, 95, but he had one and he introduced me to Heretic. Heretic was everything. And he wouldn't have had that if his dad wasn't in it. His dad had the setup. I don't know what he did for a living, but he had the setup. And they introduced me to Heretic. And you want to talk about fucking captivated. I was smitten. Oh my God. I was like, thank you so much. Oh. It's nothing nowadays, but back then it was everything. It was, don't get me wrong, Doom set the standard. You know what I mean? But there's room for all of these titles. And when I played Heretic, oh my God, I was blown away. I was just like, look for it, look for it. Where is it? You were in another world. This was the most captivating thing on earth. And then when we got more into console gaming, of course, by the time Nintendo made the 64, the 64, I didn't play Hexen on the computer. I played Hexen on Nintendo 64. Some of y'all remember Hexen 64. And it became one of my favorite games ever created. Let me tell you something about the good old days of DOS gaming. There will never be another thing like it. We've gotten too far into this technology sector. But oh my God, to not have anything and then Heretic, to not have anything and then have Doom, to have nothing, or at the very least just your NES console. But I'm not gonna say nothing, but it was just different. It was something spectacular, and it just blew us away whenever we got a chance to play it, man. Oh my God, man! I love when they catch you by surprise like that. Those times are gone now.